Hello everyone, the purpose of this video is to kind of go over a technique where you annotate / highlight a prompt to ensure that you fulfill the prompt. So anytime you're given any kind of prompt from a professor, any kind of an assignment, an essay assignment, or even any type of assignment, you want to make sure that you're actually fulfilling all the requirements asked of you in the assignment. And in particular, when you're asked to write an essay or do some sort of project, the instructions can be, and the requirements can be quite lengthy. So here's a technique. Since we're online, this is the method that I would do it. I would go ahead and on whatever page, this is research paper number 1 prompt, whatever page you're on, highlight the text. So I'm going to highlight all the text, and I'm going to copy this text, and I'm going to open up a Word document, which I already have opened, and I'm going to paste it in there. And after pasting it, it's going to ask me, well, how do you want to paste it? I'm going to say, just go ahead and match destination formatting because that can be easier to look at than the other method, right? Then do some cleanup, in my opinion. Just kind of take out some extra spaces that you might have, put in some spaces for clarity's sake. We want to go ahead and separate this out and separate that out. And there, it's a little more manageable. It's a little more understandable what it's asking you to do. It looks more like a regular prompt. So now what I would do is highlight only the important items. What is it asking me to do? Well, in particular, here's the prompt. That's important. And what is the prompt asking me? It's asking me, should the U.S. have a mandatory service requirement? So definitely I want to highlight the U.S. because that's very particular, as well as what is my focus of my essay to be on? Mandatory service requirement. So as long as I have these 4 key words or some sort of synonym of these words in my thesis of my essay, I know that I've actually addressed the prompt. Moving over to the specific requirements. Well, okay, it says that I may only choose one side. I can't have multiple sides. I'm either yes for it or no against it. So choose only one side. That's important to highlight. Then in particular, it says if I've chosen yes, so if yes, then I must specify the type, the length, and by whom. So that's important. The next item, minimum, my essay needs to be at least 4 pages in length. I need to have 20% of my essay be quotes. It has to be an example of one of each quote type. So at least one of each quote type needs to be in there. It also talks about how I must paraphrase at least once somewhere in there. I must have a works cited page. And it specifies it has to be on its own page, page 5 or greater. It specifies that I need to have, at minimum, use 1 class source and 3 Norco database sources. So highlighting that would be important. And then just highlighting probably the due dates would be a good idea. So this is what I would have highlighted. Maybe you would highlight more. It all kind of depends on you, what you think is important. But then this becomes easy because it's a checklist, right? So I would ask myself, does my thesis have these keywords or something similar to the keywords? Yes. Okay, good. That's done. Check. Did I pick only one side? Yes. Check. Did I make sure that I had 4 full pages? Check. So this becomes kind of like a checklist or highlighting points, and that makes it nice. So especially if you get a professor who's very long-winded, who has these prompts that are huge and they're all in paragraph form, this might be a good idea. Also might be a good idea is at the bottom here, maybe having something like, let's see, take that out of the bullet points, something that says questions. So I can have this down here, so as I'm reading through the prompt, did something come to my mind that said, okay, wait, I need clarification on that. Like maybe, okay, this says 3 database sources. So like, what databases may I choose from? So what databases may I choose from? That way I know, oh, you know what, this is something I want to ask my professor. So maybe I want to put it in a discussion board, like we have discussion boards on this, or maybe I want to email the professor or go during office hours. This is something I need to know because it's a requirement, right? Okay, I hope this tutorial helped, and if you have any questions, just let me know.